Greetings everyone. So in this video, we're actually gonna tackle some of the questions which are based on either chain rule, product rule, quotient rule, and etc. So we have these questions here. Problem number 1.6: y is equal to 3x plus 2 and then divided by 2x plus 3. So now we want to find the derivative of that question. We want dy over dx. So now to find the dy over dx, you can see that we need to use the quotient rule. So quotient rule says that if we have y is equal to f of x divided by a g of x, then we're gonna have y prime or dy over dx. Then we take the numerator as it is, which is g of x, multiply by the derivative of the numerator, which is f prime of x, and then we minus now f of x, and then multiply by g prime of x, and then we just square the denominator. Then this is how we can actually find the derivative. So we are having y now dy over dx, which is gonna be, we take the 2x plus 3 and then we multiply now by the derivative of that of 3x plus 2. Derivative of 3x is 3, and then derivative of 2 is a constant, is 0, and then we say minus. Now we take the 3x plus 2 as it is, but now we multiply by the derivative of the denominator, which is 2x plus 3, and then this should be 2, because the derivative of 2x is 2, and then the derivative of 3 is actually a 0, because 3 is a constant, and then we're going to have 2x plus 3 all squared, and then we have dy over dx, which is gonna be if we multiply that, we're gonna have 3 times 2x, which is gonna be 6x, 3 times 3, which is 9, minus into 2 times 3x, which is 6x, and then 2 times that is gonna be 4, and then divided by into 2x plus 3 all squared, and then dy over dx should be 6x plus 9, opening the parentheses, they're gonna get minus 6x minus 4, and then divided by 2x plus 3 all squared, and then dy over dx should be 6x minus 6x is 0, and then this is actually a positive 9, and then 9 minus 4 is actually a 5, and then you're gonna have 5 over into 2x plus 3 all squared. So this is actually how we can find the derivative there. So that's how it is done. Let's try another example. So here I'm having 1.7 as y is equal to 1 plus the root of x, and then all this is actually under the square root. So how can we solve that one? So now to me this seems like it's a chain rule, because a function inside of another function can put this as y is equal to into 1 plus the root x all raised to 1 over 2. That means we have f of x, which is gonna be into raised to 1 over 2, and then inside this f of x we're gonna have g of x, which is gonna be what, that thing inside, which is 1 plus a root 2. So what we're gonna do here, we start by deriving the outer function, which is the bigger function there, and then dy over dx is equal to 1 over 2 according to the general constant rule. Then we have 1 plus the root of x all raised to minus 1 over 2, multiply now by the derivative of the inner function, which is g of x equal to 1 plus 2 plus the square root of x, and then now we can actually put this as g of x is equal to 1 plus x raised to 1 over 2, and then derivative prime of x is going to be 1 plus 1 over 2 x raised to negative 1 over 2. So this is what we're gonna multiply by, and then we're gonna have, if we simplify this 1 plus 1 over 2 root x, because we're taking the x to the minus 1 over 2 to the denominator. So we're gonna have here, the derivative of 1 is actually a 0, because the constant in the derivative of 1 there is actually 0, and then we're gonna have 1 over 2 and the root of x. That means now we're gonna have 1 over 2 root x there. So now we're gonna have dy over dx, which is going to be 1 over 2 multiplied by 1 over 2 root x. That's gonna be 1 over 4 root x, and then multiply by this into a 1 plus root x raised to 1 over 2. That's gonna be 1 over the square root of 1 plus root x. So we can actually say dy over dx is equal to 1 over 4 root x multiplied by the root of 1 plus root x. So now we can simplify that better or further, since we have the square root and the square root. Remember, if we square root of 2 multiplied by the square root of 3, you're gonna have the square root of 2 times 3, which is the square root of 6. So here you're gonna multiply also what is inside there. That's gonna be dy over dx is equal to 1 over 4. We multiply those things under the square root, is gonna be x now into 1 plus root x, and then this is actually the final answer.